league on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Indianapolis Colts. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now 2nd and 3. Richardson out of the shotgun. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Play action. Now Richardson. Now he'll escape to his left. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Buying time to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only...
And right away, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. First run now for Kyron Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution on the handoff? Most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you've got to execute it well. Otherwise, it's a fumble.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are back within a score. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Richardson to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 3. Richardson working from the gun. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Richardson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 40 yards. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Throwing is Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing again is Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Off of play action, here's Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now it's Stafford. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Richardson looking to throw this. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Richardson looking to throw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. Now Richardson. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action, Richardson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they take over in a precarious spot here, albeit after forcing the fumble at the goal line. This is safety territory as they start from their own 1. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Here comes the Rams punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This is 2nd and 8. Richardson. That one finds Pierce right side.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Gay's kick is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Stafford now to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Muscling free near the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
Play action. Stafford. He finds Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Again, it's Stafford.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Now it's Richardson. That's complete to Pierce.
3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Richardson to throw off play action. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
That complete to Downs. And he is going to have a Colts first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce.
And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Flush to his right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Anthony Richardson
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead.
The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays.
And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Second and 10 now from the 27. On the counter, here's Williams.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Stafford.
That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some.
And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's Stafford. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here's Richardson to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now Richardson.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still try. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's got it down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, that was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 3. Richardson looking to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Rams offense and Cooper Kupp making their way back out. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's caught. Puka Nacua.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now it's Stafford.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's got a first and maybe more.
And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Stafford looks to throw again. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Stafford. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Richardson working from the gun. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 23. A gain there of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Rams offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and a couple. Out of the gun, Stafford. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long. On third down, here's Williams. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The Colts got a strong first half from their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He threw 2 touchdown passes, and he ran for 2 more. He did it all, as his guys were putting up points in bunches.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To the air again, Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now it's Richardson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset, And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Richardson.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Anthony Richardson.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are able to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2.
Now Stafford. Robinson's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Stafford now to throw. Man open is Robinson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Demarcus Robinson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Oh, he shifts past him, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 95 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a 1st down.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Connecting over the middle with Downs.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Richardson to throw off play action. And this taken in by Downs.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson punching it in from a yard away as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
With that, he's up to 160 yards receiving now for the ball game.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a 2nd and 2. Here's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here's Stafford. And it's caught. Touchdown. Demarcus Robinson. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6. Richardson looking to throw.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Richardson. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll let one go deep for Downs.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Josh Downs.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gay is on for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Short throw, it's Higbee. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
To throw is Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Stafford. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee taking it in.
And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That complete to Downs. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's brought down.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Well, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the gun, here's Stafford.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 15-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Allen. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Colts on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. On the handoff, Taylor.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Now Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now Stafford. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Dayo Odeyingbo able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Here's Stafford.
And he'll find Higbee open downfield.
The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. A throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. So the PAT is good. They get the touchdown the point after, but of little consequence in the ending, as this one's now over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.